Get ready.
Will Ferrell, nearly 30 years of making us laugh.
Go away!
Son of a nutcracker.
How he got his start,
I was raised by a family of circus clowns.
and big break on SNL.
I hope I don't, like, wet myself or something.
Plus, E.T. on the set of all his roles.
I think there's 50 films I'm in this year.
You'll hear me yelling for no reason.
Move that light.
Old School, Elf, Anchorman, and more.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
What you never knew about his most iconic scenes
Yeah, I did all my own stunt food eating.
and forever quotable one-liners.
You're my boy, Blue.
E.T. Vault Unlocked Will Ferrell
Once it hits your lips, it's so good.
starts right now.
Entertainment tonight, do-do-bip-bip-bip.
From Ron Burgundy to Frank the Tank, we are celebrating the man, the myth, and the comedy legend, the one and only Will Ferrell. Welcome to Entertainment Tonight.
And it's Christmas, so do not forget about Buddy the Elf, because Will is the gift that keeps on giving, especially in his role as Hollywood's multifaceted funny man.
You stay classy, San Diego.
I think there's 50 films I'm in this year.
I think I broke my ankle.
We're trying to break a record.
I'm gonna put some weight on it to see.
All these kind of little dreams that I've had are kind of all being fulfilled.
What I'm trying to say is, get in the box, you Jezebel.
What makes Will the king of comedy? $4 billion at the box office, unforgettable catchphrases,
Hey, Mom! The meatloaf! Once it hits your lips, it's so good. We should probably give him more cowbell.
and more than 55 films.
Blue Steel? Ferrari? Latigra? They're the same face!
Next month, his wedding comedy, You're Cordially Invited with Reese Witherspoon, drops on Prime Video.
I think he's dead.
That's not dead.
Will's secret to comedy success? Improv.
We'll explore things for as long as it takes. In that development process, we just try everything.
What I'm going through now is 100 times worse than what the Elephant Man went through. Do I amuse you?
Stand up, walk to the back, and do a slow spin for me.
Now wait a second.
The 57-year-old is also prolific behind the scenes.
You're producing too, right? So you're a big boss. Are you?
Big boss. I
in
do a
here
lot
telling
of
people
yeah.
what to do?
You'll hear me yelling for no reason.
Move that light.
Will's produced more than 80 projects, including Hustlers with J-Lo and Dead to Me with Anchorman co-star Christina Applegate. He helped launch the website Funny or Die, which spawned Billy on the Street and Between Two Ferns.
I'm not that fat!
Lost 9 pounds.
And did you know he's won 3 Emmy Awards as executive producer for the hit series Succession?
I'm just happy that I'm getting the opportunity to try different things.
But perhaps Will's most beloved role? Buddy the Elf.
I love you. I love you. I love you.
Best part of making the movie Elf?
Best part was getting to wear yellow tights for 75 days of shooting.
Go away!
Son of a nutcracker.
Elf became an instant holiday classic when it premiered in 2003, grossing over $220 million at the box office.
The very first day of filming was in the Lincoln Tunnel. In the elf suit, people really didn't look at me twice.
You did it! Congratulations! It's the first time I've been the star of a movie, so it's great. It's a wonderful opportunity.
The Christmas comedy marked the first leading film roles for both Will and Zooey Deschanel, who actually dyed her hair blonde for the role.
Baby, it's cold outside.
I hate being a blonde. I'm sorry, blondes, but I really don't like being a blonde.
And get this, the role of Buddy was originally written for Jim Carrey. Another on-set secret?
Yeah, I did all my own stunt food eating. Spaghetti with maple syrup, chocolate syrup, Pop-Tarts, and M&Ms.
The scene had to be shot twice because apparently Will couldn't keep the sweets down on the first try.
It's nasty at first, but then it's an acquired taste.
So just who brought up one of the most bankable comedy stars?
I was raised by a family of circus clowns, but aside from that, I had a pretty normal upbringing.
Growing up in the mean streets of Irvine, Orange County, California.
My dad's kind of this
sweet musician.
Yeah, in reality, Will's dad Lee played the keys and sax for the Righteous Brothers. His mom Betty, a teacher.
Where does he get his comic jobs from? You?
His mother's very funny. He gets some of it from her and some of it from me.
Will was a four-sport athlete in school and a popular kid. He earned a degree in sports information from USC.
I started realizing that I didn't really care so much about interviewing people. And right after I graduated college, I started doing stand-up comedy and taking classes at the Groundlings in Los Angeles.
Yeah, the Groundlings helped launch the careers of fellow SNL alums like John Lovitz, Phil Hartman, Maya Rudolph, and Kristen Wiig. In 1995, Will followed the same path and landed an audition on that famous 30 Rock stage.
Hey, pleasure to be here. I got a job to do. I'm gonna do it.
Cut to
Will Ferrell.
We got a new cast. It's never been on TV, basically, before.
Will was part of season 21's major cast overhaul, which also introduced fellow Groundling Sherry O'Terry.
Well, I'm scared. Hold me.
I'm right here.
We watched as they became each other's biggest cheerleaders.
Cheerleaders was kind of a breakout thing for me.
Who's that fucking clinging on to me?
It's me! It's me!
It's just, and you can really.
E.T. was on set with Will more than 10 times as he rehearsed alongside hosts Alec Baldwin, Lisa Kudrow, the late Matthew Perry, and Tom Hanks.
We meet him today, so I hope I don't, wet myself or something. What? I really like him.
And he became an instant fan favorite thanks to his range of outrageous characters.
Best part of your SNL days?
Probably not throwing away the cowbell sketch.
Okay.
I tried it once earlier that year. It didn't work at the tape read-through, and I brought it back.
I gotta have more cowbell, baby. You can't go anywhere without
Christopher
people hitting.
Walken, I ruined his career.
Will's celebrity impressions also became iconic.
Do you feel like you're in the presence of a rock giant?
We've got a real barn burner on our hands.
It is delightful.
With all those people out there that you could be making fun of, destroying. Why me?
But I will tell you this. Don't mess with Texas.
I actually got a really nice note that said, you do a great job and, keep up the good work. And I mean, come on. George W.
That hair, by the way, was thanks to Will's transition to film. At the time, he was shooting Zoolander with Ben Stiller.
Ben says that SNL actually had to make a Will Ferrell wig for you to wear on the show.
Right. I had a wig that looked like what my hair is supposed to look like. I had to moisturize a lot.
In 2002, Will said goodbye to the comedy show to focus on movies full-time. During his final season, he missed 3 episodes to play this beer-chugging wannabe frat boy in Old School. Will starred alongside Luke Wilson and Vince Vaughn in the modern-day Animal House.
And action!
E.T. was on set with the guys along with director Todd Phillips while filming this unforgettable funeral scene.
You're my boy, Blue!
How's your throat feeling now?
After my lovely rendition of Dust in the Wind, it's okay. It's not too bad. I'm not usually, it's a little high for me.
We're good, streaky! Yes!
I run naked in this movie, which is a first for me in a cinematic way. And but I did streak a handful of times in my college experience. Yeah, it took very little provoking to do.
Yeah, the then 35-year-old wasn't shy about showing off the goods. He told us that scene was actually shot on a public street in front of a 24-hour gym.
There's a few people out there.
There are a few. Made their lives.
Yeah, it's true. No, don't let that one off. That
Big
one's true.
thrill.
Big thrill.
See a big, husky,
Big,
naked
gorgeous
guy.
man.
Big, gorgeous man
With some
rumbling
anger in his eyes.
through the neighborhood.
A weird smile.
Fans loved it too. The box office hit earned over $87 million in 2003.
I want you to give me fresh beer.
So could we get a fresh take in a part 2?
I know there was talk a couple, 2-3 years ago, and then I don't think it's happening. I think the storylines kept pointing back to the same storyline as the original movie. It just never, where is the sequel?
You're crazy. I like you, but you're crazy.
I'm gonna wear you down like an irritating gnat.
Every night it hits me, oh, that's my brother over there. We used to beat each other up a lot. It's a dream come true.
He knew I could keep a straight face for an hour and a half on stage, yeah, and say nothing, so.
2 sons on Broadway in the same show, isn't that wonderful?
Yes, Papa's proud. E.T. was with Will's family after he and brother Patrick made their Broadway debut in the George W. Bush parody, You're Welcome, America, in 2009.
So do you think the grandkids are showing any comedic chops?
And they have their own sense of humors. And
If you love the word poop, you know, yeah, they got some timing.
Count 'em up. Will and his wife Vivica have 3 boys, Magnus, Matthias, and Axel. So what's it like to have this comedy king as a dad? Let's just say he's committed to the bit.
They called me literally 45 minutes ago, and I couldn't find childcare, okay?
When's the last time you embarrassed your kids?
Probably a half hour ago.
When Magnus released his debut EP, Will brought more cowbell to his first gig. He dressed up as a medieval lord on prom night and even channeled Frank the Tank at USC's Family Weekend last year.
Have you been booked for any DJ gigs?
That was really funny. Yeah, all his idea. I just showed up.
I never liked you, Tom. Is it Giselle or Giselle?
Leave it to Ron Burgundy to come out of retirement for Tom Brady's roast. Of course, E.T. was on the Anchorman set where Will tried to stay classy about his iconic alter ego.
Kind of a big deal.
He's a little bit vain. He's a terrible journalist. I'm Ron Burgundy? It actually came from just watching real footage of these old Anchormen from the 70s. They're kind of pompous demeanor. It's more of a Wolf Blitzer meets Carmen Electra.
I'm in a glass case of emotion!
One of the most quotable films of its time, Anchorman raked in over $90 million at the box office.
There is a love scene that will be unlike any in film in history. If you like unicorns, if you like love pandas, you're gonna like what we have in store for you.
The most glorious rainbow ever!
He makes a really horrible noise when we're doing the kissing scenes. Sort of like that, which I don't know if it sounds kind of painful.
Christina Applegate beat out around 100 women, including Leslie Mann, Maggie Gyllenhaal, and Amy Adams for the role of Veronica Corningstone. More behind-the-scenes secrets. This iconic fight scene was filmed on a 103-degree day. And there's actually a whole other movie comprised entirely of outtakes, including this alternate storyline where Veronica gets abducted by vigilantes.
It's kind of scary, actually. It's a real gun, and it's, you know, very shiny and very heavy, and it's right at my face.
Ron, don't do it.
E.T. was on set the day of filming, and yes, that's Maya Rudolph. So why the change?
We put the movie together, we do our first test screening, it's not good. And so all of that, the whole pandas and the bears, that's 5 days of a reshoot.
It is the scariest freaking thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah.
12-foot Kodiak bears 2 feet away from these guys.
Can move twice as fast as you can.
Like a bolt of lightning can eat
Plus,
your face.
I was smothered in a beef broth.
And we were also there as the news team reassembled for 2013's Anchorman 2, and the cameos were next level. Jim Carrey, Drake, Will Smith, Harrison Ford, and Kanye West, just to name a few.
We've got some very A-list stars. Everyone was just so excited to be there and such a fan of the first one, and literally were telling us we'll do anything.
Kanye, I heard that you rap. Did you get up and rap with him?
I did. And then he very politely said, don't ever do that again.
His other partner in rhyme? That's Will and John C. Reilly, who reunited with Snoop Dogg last year to perform their Step Brothers anthem. In all, they've teamed up on 5 films.
Did we just become best friends? Yup! How are we not sick of each other yet?
I think just because we genuinely like each other.
I don't.
And we're careful not to outstay our welcome.
It all began in 2006 with Talladega Nights, The Ballad of Ricky Bobby.
Hey! I love you! What? Nothing!
We had so much fun, it felt like we were getting away with something. Our first instinct was, let's do it again if we can, keep everyone together and come up with another caper.
Our cameras caught even more mischief at the premiere when the co-stars showed up in stock cars. And at the MTV Movie Awards that year, they refused to break character.
You're wearing your flame retardant suits here. Just in case anything lights on fire, we'll be okay.
Standing next to Jessica Alba, you know, you gotta be prepared for hotness.
She's combustible. She really is.
Another one of Will's big screen BFFs, Mark Wahlberg.
Just got his phone number, and we're thinking about taking a road trip. Maybe wine country.
Very romantic.
Very romantic. We're both romantics at heart.
Anything you do or say can be used, what's the next word?
As a flotation device.
As a flotation device.
I wanted to do a comedy for a long time.
And Mark was a natural.
Would you guys think about doing this thing again? I don't think he'd ever want to have to spend that much time with me again.
Yeah, I already made up my mind.
Nah, after the other guys, they reteamed to play competing fathers in Daddy's Home and its sequel. E.T. was on set for both.
Right? We only make hits.
I stick with the big guy.
Between Kevin Hart and Mark Wahlberg,
right?
Who's the bigger diva? Who's higher maintenance?
Mark does have his entourage. I would say probably Kevin, though. He is always dressed to the nines, not a hair out of place.
Face off.
Dumbass done did.
Yep. Will join forces with Kevin in 2015's Get Hard. Their comedy chemistry.
Me and Will, I mean, God, you can't even put it into words. Our chemistry is amazing. More importantly, we get along. We get along, we're real, we're grounded.
We have a symbiotic relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like two animals in the wild.
There you go. There you go.
Without each other, we wouldn't survive.
You drove it in a little deeper.
Oh, God.
You couldn't look at it.
I couldn't look at it. No, it was
actually
pretty.
making you sick.
It was pretty serious because when you pulled it, they set it up to where like his skin was moving in his head.
Yeah.
Special effects did a great job. Even though you know you from the movie, some stuff you look at, you're like, come on, man. What is this? Come on, what are we doing?
We want to be serious tonight. Why? Because it's a serious night.
We really need to manifest those two hosting an awards show.
Listen, we're going to leave you now with more of our favorite Will Ferrell flashbacks. This guy's fantastic.
We'll be here till New Year's
Come
for
on.
that.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Shorts are short. I'm gonna pump fake you. Quote. In relief.
Feels like you use
I
Afro
use
Sheen.
no, I use mink oil. This is courtesy of Shaquille O'Neal. This is literally one of his suits that I had altered.
Everyone likes to see like a lovable, stupid guy, you know? So, which is why I have a career.
Party! Entertainment tonight, do do bip bip bip.
What can I say? Mariah Carey, eat my heart out.